Welcome to the third and final part of our free series, Riding Through the Years. You have the formula, but now let's see it in action. In our Wise Riders Club, we have regular webinars. I'm going to be sharing with you an interview with Lisa Pulliam, where you can see how the Wise formula worked for her. Enjoy.
We have another question here. This one came in from Laura. She said, my pony doesn't seem to like me or like to ride. I'm always joyful around her and pleasant, but whenever I go to walk her or ride, she pins her ears. It's very upsetting, and I'm new to the horse world. Is this unusual, and any advice?
It's not that unusual. It comes up a lot. I'd be interested to know whether she's feeling it very personally, like whether it's hurtful to her, because that's always a really big one. I've seen big disconnections of people wanting the horse to like them too much. And again, this is no judgment. We've all been here. Going in with that mindset of, oh, I hope it goes okay today. It kind of gives off this energy that horses don't seem to like. And I've seen it universally with so many horses. And then they will take control sometimes of that situation and their dominant side, because every horse can be capable of dominance. It can come up where they go, well, I don't want to be around that sort of feeling. My advice is be a bit more aloof. Don't even try and lead them and take them for a walk. I would, with a horse like that, I tend to go out in the field and I will be walking around, checking fences, checking water, eating grass, paying attention to all the others. And quite often that horse will be like, well, did they not want me anymore? Just because I don't want them doesn't mean I don't want them to want me. And then they can start to show some interest. So just being that slightly more aloof and being brave enough, even if they walk towards you, to just go, I don't need you right now, I'm going over here. And quite often with those horses, it can turn that around. But Lisa, how do you feel you could help the student at this point?
Yeah. I think you led with the right question is, what are you feeling in those moments? And I would even do a little, like a thought check inventory of what are the things I'm saying to myself as I'm driving to the barn, getting to the barn, in the barn with her, putting the tack on, all those pieces of the puzzle. I'd be doing a thought check, and with that, like a heart check. Like I have not everybody has a heart monitor on their wrist, it's in their watch, but what is your resting heart rate? Yes. And what is your exercise heart rate? And what happens to your heart rate when you're anticipating something? So when we go in teaching mode, expectation mode, conversation mode, our heart rate goes up. And some horses are super sensitive to that shift. Like my resting heart rate is 68. If I'm with a particular horse I'm thinking about right now, if my thinking heart rate goes up to 72, he's like, peace out. Yeah. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm allowed to think. But, for him, that is a raised level of intention in me that makes him concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that, Lisa. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Callie.
So I was just thinking our horses are incredibly sensitive, and I love the difference in horses. It's whenever we get questions about horses, sometimes the width of the answer can go as wide as if we were talking about people. All the different types of people and personalities and life experiences that we've all had and we all bring, and it just creates this richness of difference. And when we can embrace it as just a continual learning, it can also put it in a different perspective.
Yeah. If I could speak to that for a second, just as a rider, we've just moved my horse in the last month, and I have a completely different creature on my hand day to day. And I because of all the changing factors, I don't know what is the dominating influence on him at the moment. And so somebody just gave me a really great piece of advice that I'm taking them up on. I'm taking a lesson on another horse later today. Like, yeah. I just need to let my horse go be a horse. And I need to put myself in an interaction that feels a little different. And so I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like with all that's going on inside of me. And I think that sometimes for people who only have one horse or only interact with one horse, you can get like kind of stuck in a pattern of interaction. And it could be helpful to like go hang out with a friend's horse, or, you know, groom a friend's horse, or, you know, see if you could swap rides, just to kind of see how maybe like less blaming of this is my fault, and more understanding that our interactions are each of us bringing it to the table, and this is like our chemistry together. And it would look different if I had chemistry with another horse, and then you go back to working with your horse with that new piece of information.
You talk about blaming as well. It's not blaming your horse either.
Yeah.
This is the situation we find ourselves in. And, you know, I was just cheering inside when you said that, because that's being a wise rider. That's being a wise rider of going, you know, go back to my whys. Why am I doing this? Because I want my horse to be happy. I want to have a great connection. You're not going to have a great connection if you take a horse that's just been moved, go and ride him, it goes wrong, you fall off, you hurt yourself, then you weren't trusting your intuition, you went against your values, it wasn't safe, and if you evaluate, it's not going to come out good. Right. So that is being a wise rider. And if you work it the other way, you know, your why, you want a good relationship with your horse, Lisa, you trusted your intuition, I'm going to ride a different horse, you're being safer, it aligns with your core values, your comfort zone doesn't get smashed, and when you evaluate it, you're going to have new skills to take to your horse when he's feeling better. So for that, I say thank you for being a wise rider. That is brilliant.
It's been my absolute pleasure to share the WISE formula with you. This is designed to help students around the world. That's why we created the WISE Riders Club, a vibrant community of riders that are over 50. In fact, some don't even ride horses, but people who share their life with horses, from 50 to 80 plus. These people inspire me more than I could ever tell you. We'd love you to join us. We're opening a limited time for you to join the WISE Riders Club. Click on the link below for all the information, and we hope to see you there.